Okay, so in this video here I'm just wanting to show how to check your transmission fluid. Alright, what I've already got the dipstick out. Okay, there's the top of it. Now, you want to look here. I don't know how good my camera is going to show, but it has, let's see, it has printed on it. No, you can't really see it. It's on this side. Here we go. It says I tried to zoom here. It's no good for that. Anyhow, it says on the lower part 20 degrees Celsius, on the upper part 65 degrees Celsius. So basically the level of your transmission fluid changes, okay, depending on how hot your car is. So best as I can show here, there, it's coming up a little bit on the screen. Okay, right here it says 65 degrees Celsius. Over here it shows 20 degrees Celsius, which means if it's cold, alright, between this being the low mark, that being the full mark, when it's warm, between here and here. Okay, I just can't show the numbers that well on this camera. So, where is the dipstick on the car? Well, on this particular car, because it's a front wheel drive Mazda, the transmission is on this side, okay? The engine being there, alright? So, you're looking for a dipstick. This is for oil, alright? And back here, if you come over here and come back behind the battery, that's where the transmission fluid is. If you have a stick shift car, you don't have transmission fluid, so you don't have to worry about it. But if you have an automatic, you push that down in there. You only check it when it's warm, and it's best to check it when it's running. I can't run it and take a video, so I'm showing you here now. When you put it down in here, take it out. This car is warm. Okay. It's a little hard to tell on here, but it comes all the way up to that mark right there. So it's fine. It's a little above that. It'll show a little, let's see, it'll show a little bit fuller than what it is when the car's warm. It'll show a little lower, I'm sorry, than what it is whenever it's not running. Okay, so it may look low, but it's not. If the car's not running, it's going to show about a ½ an inch low on fluids. That's why you got to check it while it's running. But at least you know you got fluid in there. You check it while it's running, you pull the dipstick out. That's all there is to that. Now, over here for the oil. Like I said, and I'm fixing to do an oil change. I'm going to show you how to do that also. Put down a piece of paper here. Now, on the oil, pull the dipstick, put it across your paper, and just to show where the marks are, because I'm going to dip it back in there, I'm going to wipe it off good. It's been running. Okay. The marks on this one here, also difficult to show. Maybe in a little more light over here. There. Okay. So, I don't know how I can balance this. Let's see here. I'll have to cut that part of the video out, I guess. No, anyways, here. There we go. It's balanced. Okay. So, if you pull this back into the light, best as you can. There's a F at the top, right here. There's a L at the bottom, meaning low. 0.8 liters. We're talking about basically between here and here. This is full. This mark's full. So, oh, I just showed it pretty good there. Anyways, it's hard to get the markings on here. Anyhow, from the bottom of the dipstick, that would be completely out. And right here would be, maybe to pull it up as I turn it over, full. To right here is full. You don't want it all the way up the dipstick. That's too much oil. Doing an oil change, the car is going to hold a little over 3 quarts. Got my oil down here for my oil change. Of course, I'm using Purolator filters. And this right here is an oil filter wrench in a way. It's a rubber strap. You can use a glove if it's not too tight, and what you want to do is, it's going to fit around the other one. Then you'll ask, well, where's the old oil filter that I'm taking off with this? Well, to size it, I'm just going to put this in here, you know, and you adjust that. Well, where's the other filter? The one coming off the car? Back in the back of the motor, right there, that yellow, right here. And I'm going to turn that counterclockwise this way right here to take it off. You're going to fill up the new one at least halfway with oil. I would say fill it all the way up, but you know, some will come out. Anyhow, put oil in this hole, and then whenever it gets full, take a little bit on your finger and you run around the oil gasket, okay? And you just want to snug it hand tight. Good and tight, but hand tight. You don't use this wrench to tighten it back on. These are just aluminum threads. They could strip. Gasket could break. You don't put it too tight. Hand tight. Okay? So you're going to take off that filter, put a drip pan under the car, as I have here, under where that filter is. Okay? You're going to come back here and put a wrench on that filter, take it off, and the oil will drip right into the pan. Okay? Then, what you're going to do is take the oil drain plug out from under the car with a ratchet. The drain plug is on the oil pan, which is back here. Maybe I can't show it so well. I think I got it right there on the left there. So you're going to need a ratchet and a socket for that at the bottom of the oil pan. Now this over here would be the transmission side, so this is the engine side. This is where the oil pan's at. There's the drain plug. So you're going to take it off and unscrew it, let the oil drain into there. Then you're going to make sure to screw it back on, clean the threads, check the gasket on the thing, make sure it's not too beat up or leaking. And then I'm going to use 3 of those quarts, just 3, and I'm going to put them in here, right here. Okay, this is where the oil goes on this car. So you're going to put the 3 quarts in here. Use a funnel so you don't spill it everywhere and it doesn't smoke all over your engine. And like I said, I was going to show the markings on that dipstick, and I was going to show where it's at. It's full, but it's going to be a little bit darker oil, and you'll barely be able to tell the oil when you put it in there because it's going to be fresh oil. But let's see if I can show it now where it's at. Yeah, you can tell it's up to the full mark. So the oil is full, but it needs to be changed, and I'm fixing to change the oil. So basically that's an oil change. You take the old filter off, you put oil in the new filter, put a little oil around here, put the new filter on by screwing it on. Now the oil filter is going to be hot. You want to do this when the car is cool. Okay. Then after you've drained that, you move the pan up under the engine, take the drain plug out that's at the bottom of the oil pan at the back there or on the side. It should be something like a, well, I don't know, 9/16 inch socket, 5/8 inch socket, somewhere around in there, or millimeter, 11, 12, 13, however, or let's see, about 14, 15, something like that. Make sure you screw it back on after that oil. Yeah, when the oil comes out, it's going to try to push that plug out of your hand. So you want to have a magnet in case it goes into the oil, that drain pan, okay? So anyway, and you fill up the oil after you put that screw back in and plug it back up. Fill the oil back here, 3 quarts in this car, a little over 3 quarts. Check the dipstick, make sure everything's right. Start up the car, then let it run for a couple of seconds there. Turn it off, check the oil again, make sure you got enough. And basically that's an oil change. So you can pay 20 bucks somewhere to get it done. You can get it done at the house, or, you know, however you want to do it. But I get a better filter and I get better oil doing it at the house. And you can take the oil to Advance Auto Parts and they'll recycle it for you. So that's basically how to check your transmission fluid, check your oil, and do an oil change. Okay.